yesterday, and today is March 23rd, so I got here March 22nd. That took forever. But anyway, I went ahead and ordered the All-Star jersey because I'm from Las Vegas. If any hockey fans are aware, we do not have a team, but we are getting a team. And I don't want to pledge my allegiance to anybody just yet. But I thought I wanted to get more into the NHL, get more involved and interested in the sport. So I went ahead and ordered one of these All-Star jerseys after I watched the game because it was just an awesome performance in Nashville. I thought it was a great presentation. It was on the same day as the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl's boring. I was really captivated by everything about the All-Star game. And this jersey cost me about $140, which I thought was pretty fair, pretty reasonable. Hockey jerseys have a lot of material. They're huge. This one in particular might not have been worth $140 because it doesn't have anybody's name on it. It's a blank jersey. I kind of figured that I might someday get a name stitched in, but in hindsight I realized that's a stupid idea. But anyway, let's go over the differences because obviously here we have the real one and here we have the fake one. Again, all my jersey purchases are through AliExpress.com. They're all from China. We have some glaring differences right off the bat, but I'm just going to go over first the profile of the jerseys. The real one is slightly longer. They should both be mediums. And then looking at the logos, this one has stitching around every single letter and every single line, and it's all very clean and very orderly. And then this one only has stitching around the edge. And it is actually really decent stitching. There's not a lot of cross stitching. There's no errors. But this is just a, I don't know, it's not printed. It's just a, I don't know. It's like a screen print logo that has been stitched on because these letters are all printed and they're not individually stitched. So, another difference is at the bottom here you have official licensed jersey on the real one. Player ID's blank, size M, made by Reebok. Then you come over here and you have nothing. There's no official tag here. Another thing that I always find humorous is that AliExpress includes these authentic NHL tags. They even fake the holographics. And they might have even stolen this off of a legitimate jersey, but the real tag has a glossy sheen to it. And it has definitely some differences in the printing of the grays and the blacks. On the back you have the hollow with the single shield, and you can see some text from the Stanley Cup in the background. This one is a matte finish, and there is no Stanley Cup on the back. It just says My NHL. But I always find it funny that they go kind of above and beyond to even include tags on it. But the real one, the official licensed one, also comes with these little pamphlets about the jerseys, and then of course there's a UPC and a barcode. So going into some other differences from the front, you can see the stars for the All-Star game. They're very clean, they're very orderly, they're a very particular angle. There's definitely an order to them, and then you come over to the fake. And you got a couple of starfish dancing on the front of this jersey because they do not look at all legit. It's kind of funny that they put so much detail into the shield and the tag and even like the stitching on the arms and everything, and then they just did this. It's just this kind of oversight from the AliExpress quality control that just sometimes, this is almost an awesome jersey. It's almost perfect in a lot of ways, but then they did this. So, interesting for sure. Going up, you can see that there is a Made in Canada tag, which is not true. It was made in China. And then you have this authentic jersey Reebok center ice tag. But when you come over here, it actually spells out Reebok. It has gray background. It says official licensed jersey, and then it says it in French. And this one just says RBK, authentic jersey, and then it says it in French again. But it has a black background with a gray Reebok background. Going up even further, you can see RBK at the bottom of the collar, and here you have Reebok. So, that's what it looks like from the front. Going over to the arms, here we have the All-Star patch, which should only be found on All-Star merchandise. And it says Nashville has 3 stars, All-Star 2016, and the NHL Shield. And then you come over here, and we have, again, the All-Star patch. Nashville 2016 All-Star NHL Shield. And the only thing that's different about this is that the lettering and the shield are a slightly darker colored gray. So I'll bring the other one up next to it. You can see that the grays are lighter. It's almost like a silver on the left. And even the blue is a little lighter. So someone did a very, very good job of copying this. And you can even see the diamonds and the A. So the diamonds are smaller on the legit jersey. And the A has a black triangle. And on here, the A has an orange triangle, and so does the R. The R is filled in orange, and the diamonds are slightly bigger. But other than that, this patch is actually really well copied. It feels the same on both sides. I actually thought it was totally legit. I thought they stole the All-Star patch for this jersey. But even if you look at the stitching, it's pretty damn close. You have stitching of the logo on the left and stitching of the logo on the right, and they both have a slight bend in them, so I can't even credit that to being just an AliExpress issue. It's just the way that they're packed. But I'm going to give it, definitely some props for that because it totally looks legit. But it just lends more disbelief to me as to why they did this. If they can copy this All-Star patch and they can copy this shield, why can't they make the stars on the lapel look normal? I don't get it. Like, this is going to be one of the first things people see. That's frustrating to me because this jersey was almost perfect. A few more differences on the front. The grays on the arms are obviously a different shade. This is the legitimate one from NHL Shop. It has a dark gray here, and here we have a very light gray. The grays are something that AliExpress always messes up, especially with the baseball jerseys. Other than that, though, the meshing is actually, I want to say the meshing is actually a little bit better on the AliExpress jersey. It feels like it would probably be a little bit warmer than the one on the left that's legit. We have a Reebok logo on the right arm, and it is tight, fonted well, it's their trademark, so it's got to look good. And then you come over here to the fake, and it's very large, similar font, but not the right font for sure. So putting them side by side, you can tell the R's are different. You can tell that the E's are taller than the official ones. And then you even have some cross-stitching issues going from letter to letter. Not the worst I've seen, though. Pretty comparable. So that's about it for the front of the jersey. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and talk about the back. And one of the great things about AliExpress is that you can get some stuff that's totally customizable. So, when the All-Star game came out, I know real hockey fans are going to be kind of pissed that I'm showing a John Scott jersey because the John Scott story was so, I guess, highly argued. It was like, was it good? Was it bad? Was he really an All-Star? Was he not? I have to say, as a casual hockey fan or a non-hockey fan, John Scott's story was incredible to me, and it definitely got me more interested in the sport, and it made me want to watch the All-Star game. I followed it. I'm from Vegas, so we're pretty close to Phoenix. It was on the Coyotes. The All-Star vote came. Got nominated. Everybody got pissed, got upset. But I loved reading about the story. I followed it on Reddit's hockey subreddit, the NHL subreddit, the Coyotes subreddit. Everybody was talking about John Scott for weeks, and I gotta say he got me into the sport of hockey. Like previous hockey fans probably didn't like the story, probably didn't like John Scott, but I gotta say it brought a non-hockey fan into the sport and interested in the sport. And like I said, I don't have an allegiance to any team, and John Scott didn't have an allegiance to any team when he played on the All-Star game, so I thought it was like a perfect fit. I looked for a legitimate John Scott jersey, and the NHL didn't sell one. Like, surprise, surprise, they didn't want to support John Scott, so they didn't sell any John Scott jerseys. They had some shirts, but no jerseys. So AliExpress came through with a John Scott jersey. It was actually, I just typed in John Scott jersey on AliExpress, and this All-Star one popped up. And they styled the font the same. I mean, there's obviously issues with the stitching, with the creases, and you're going to have issues in every fake jersey. Looking at the Reebok's different here and here. This is like a patched-on tag, and this is just like a nameplate. But they did a pretty good job with the logo, or with the numbers rather. They are stitched on a little improperly, but the shoulders are really well done. You got the 2 and the 8. And it's a shame I couldn't get a legitimate All-Star jersey with numbers to compare those. But AliExpress, for whatever it's worth, comes through with providing me something I couldn't get on the regular market. I could not find a John Scott jersey legitimately through NHL, and AliExpress came through. This jersey was $25, and this jersey was $140. And even though John Scott may never play in the NHL again, and even though John Scott may never be a real all-star in some people's eyes, I'm happy that I got to at least support him a little bit by buying this jersey, and maybe I'll wear it to a game or two. I think it's just awesome to see somebody out there went ahead and made this jersey, because there was obviously a demand for it, for better or for worse. He was in the All-Star game. Like, he's an NHL All-Star. He's in the history books. There's even going to be a freaking movie coming out about him. So, probably going to piss off some NHL fans, hardcore NHL fans, by talking about John Scott. But I think it was awesome. I'm really happy with the jersey purchase. Going back to the actual jerseys themselves, you do see the gray differences, but on the back, that's about all there is. You have issues with the orange at the bottom of the jersey being different. This is just still more of the same jersey material. This is more like a folded over sleeve end. But again, pretty good purchase, guys. I'm happy that I got it. I'm happy I got both. I really wish that they would have fixed the stars on the front. That's really it that's wrong with this jersey. So everything else can pass very easily as being perfectly legitimate. You got the C for captain. That no one's going to be seeing the tags when you're wearing it. It actually looks like it's going to fit a little bit better. There's some folding issues, like creases in the shield, and then again on the back with the logos. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with the purchase. Again, say this every time I do a video on these jerseys, but $25, come on. $140, $25. I was going to do a San Jose Sharks jersey review, but my buddy was going to send me his jersey, and it never happened. So, not too big of a deal. I got to do this one. Maybe someday I'll do the other NHL jerseys. Maybe when Vegas gets a team, I'll do a real jersey versus a fake jersey. Thank you again for watching. It's been William from Gadget Beacon. Don't forget to like this video, comment any questions or concerns you have about these jerseys. I'm happy to answer them. Tell me what you think about John Scott. Tell me if you think he's actually an all-star. Leave your questions and comments below. And yeah, go ahead and like the video and subscribe, guys. I'm past 50 subscribers now, so that's pretty awesome. I'm just doing